The Where's My 40 Acres podcast is recorded in front of a ratchet studio audience.
Wow. I know, this car shit sucks. Remember when I got that flat tire? I mean, I just paid for it and kept it moving, but... And the niggas ain't even acting right. It's like, it's my hotation. I'll make the rules. So when I call you, bring over the dick. So what's the problem? Why do these niggas even need to fuck anybody else? Like, I mean, granted, I know I'm not Rihanna. You know, sex with me isn't amazing, but it is like, okay, yeah, I'm satisfied. I'd do that again with her.
Yo, what is up, everybody? You are listening to the Insecure review. I actually started this like a Where's My 40 Acres episode again because I'm really fucking tired. But it doesn't matter. We need to talk about Issa and Friends, which would have been an okay name for this show. I would prefer Kelly and Friends, though. Where's Kelly's Friends? I want to see Kelly's Friends.
Somebody on on Twitter called Issa Music Soul Child after that little incident.
I mean, the memes have been a bit funny. They got her looking like Kano and shit from Mortal Kombat. They just doing some really mean things to Issa. She looked like old Method Man from the Takao videos and some. Like, they're just really fucking with her eye and putting a white glob on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that shit.
That's not a think piece, but a whole big article on ejaculation and how revolutionary it is to see it on TV, and them referencing some other moments in television where it happened, including when Adam did it to one of those girls off of Girls. Yeah,
he came on her back. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
was it on her stomach? Or she was just like,
it was on her stomach.
It was on her stomach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was Lena Dunham saying, "I don't like pretty girls." That's what that was about. Because that was the old girl from The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
He did that on. There were a lot of think pieces for this episode. I'm noticing that, like, the more this show is relatable and real in the way it, dictates, like, actual dating, the more people feel they're being exposed as they watch it.
Nigga, people are projecting their shit on this show so much, and that's credit to their writing, because they make the character so nuanced, but everybody's projecting their stuff. Like the scene with when she got shot in the eye, like they could have shot that in a way where they could have made it clearly known like he was the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could have did it where he held her head down, or like, no, you're gonna get this. Like, they could have, other shows would have did that, but the way they did it makes people be like, some people looking like, yeah, you don't do that, that's wrong. And the people like, well, he could control this stuff. So everybody's projecting their own shit onto it, and they've been doing that since the show. Well, yeah, since Lawrence fucked Tasha.
I just find it interesting. Like, there was one think piece from Vulture that was titled "Why Insecure's Blowjob Scene Fell Out of Step with the Typically Radical Show." And I'm gonna skip all the bullshit because it's a lot of fucking fluff. But she gets to the part where they had a conversation at this explosion about blowjobs, where Tiffany is all down and everybody else is kind of like, I guess. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to quote Tiffany, "I don't understand black women and their hang-ups about oral sex. Molly, girl, shut your light-skinned ass up. Issa, you went to those all-white private schools, so you're brainwashed. Becky. Tiffany, you mean Becky with the good ring? Why do you think black men are out here chasing after white women?" And then she proceeds to write, she's quoting that from the show, "Where do I even begin here? Should I start with the stale humor and cultural commentary that wasn't even cutting edge in 1993? Should I examine the appalling way the characters equate Tiffany's interest in blowjobs with whiteness? No matter your interest, blowjobs are pretty much sex 101. If there was something that undercut this conversation, like another black woman at the seminar interrupting to highlight how weirdly regressive the idea that black women are into blowjobs is, that would be one thing. But nothing about the writing of this episode feels fresh, layered, or fully considerate of the modern sexual mores of Black women. The dated nature of their conversation is compounded by Issa deciding to take what she learned at the seminar and trying it out on Daniel. When he comes in her face, she storms out angrily, feeling disrespected. That blowjob seminar obviously wasn't that good if it didn't teach her etiquette. Wow. When a man is about to come during a blowjob, you only have so many options. Getting cum in your eye... Getting cum in your eye is not fun, but Issa's response is an overreaction. Okay, so first of all, that was the fucking point. She was... What the hell?
Really?
Who just played that?
Was that intentional?
I didn't play it.
Oh, I thought you was playing.
Hell no.
I don't know what that was. I've been on mute the whole time.
Yeah, one of y'all played that shit. But either way, that was the point of that scene. Was Issa was supposed to overreact because Issa is Issa, and she does shit that doesn't make any fucking sense. Her character's been doing that since episode 1, where she hid in the fucking CVS, or was that episode 2? Either way, why are you equating your conversations or your feelings about blowjobs to generalize over all Black women's feelings about blowjobs? And I'm not a Black woman. I am a Black man. I'll say this much for sure. I didn't know Black women were that down with blowjobs until I got on 2009 Twitter. Like, I really did think it was a taboo subject, because in college it was. Like, Black women in college that I went to college with did talk about sucking dick like it wasn't, I ain't doing that, I'm not doing that. Like, that was a legit conversation that some women had. Not all Black women, some Black women. So
right.
That wasn't far-fetched. 2009 Twitter was where I saw people just Black women who were really, really like proud that they could suck dick good. And that changed my perspective, right? That was like, okay, this is a different side of the coin.
I mean, Issa herself said that's what she was trying to do. She's like, I was trying to talk. She's been trying to, like, at the end of the thing when she did a little wind down, she's like, I've been trying to find a time to kind of fit this in and talk about this, because it's something that Black women kind of tiptoe around in general, and it's also something that, whether good or bad, Black women feel like they're compared to white women when it comes to that.
Right.
When it comes to blowjobs and stuff like that. So I wanted to have that conversation. That's why we're having that conversation. And that's why when we had the light skin darks, like, that's why we had that, like, that, to bring that out. And then also, to me personally, her scene overreacting, like, it highlighted everything you said about that's just her character. But it also highlighted that at the last 3 episodes, she's been trying to talk about her hotation.
Her hotation is terrible. It's just not been fun.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but this episode kind of, to me, highlighted how that's not really what she wants, because she had the one dude that's her neighbor that she just popped over at the house. You can't just pop over at the booty call house.
Eddie.
That's why he was like, did I text you? Did I call you? So he had somebody else there, and she was a little offended by that. Then the next guy, the guy that she had that kind of date with, who she was really feeling. I mean, he was really feeling her when he looked at her and he was like, no, slow down. I want to actually get to know you. I want to take time to do this. She was upset. She pushed him away. So it was almost like when she went to do this with Daniel, it was almost kind of reaffirming with herself. And then when that happened, she felt a certain type of way. And I think it was just kind of that stamp, like, this is not you. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not you.
It's just not right. And I thought that was cool. Like, the conversation one that they brought Tiffany back for, Amanda Seals, back on the show to have, that is her character. Like, this faux enlightened bougie Black chick that is completely lost and don't know what the fuck she's talking about and fake as hell, right? So the conversation where she's actually making these statements about Becky with the good ring, which fully lets you know that she might not be the best Beyonce fan, and the conversation about that's why all these Black men chasing these white women. Y'all saying that's a dated conversation, but that's not a fucking dated conversation. Twitter has that fucking argument every goddamn week about black men chasing white women and these hotep niggas chasing these white women and black women being compared, not being as docile as white women, which sucking dick is something that has been attributed to a woman bending over backwards for a man. Like, and it was taboo for dudes in college to even talk about eating pussy. Like, some dudes would talk about they pussy game is straight, and then other dudes would talk about how they ain't eat pussy at all because I ain't doing that shit, but she better suck this dick. Y'all ain't gonna act like y'all ain't never heard that fucking conversation before. So to watch this episode and hear them black women give real responses to it, like whether Kelly does it or not, she gets fingered under the table. So, I mean, if she ain't sucking dick, she doing other shit, and that's her prerogative. Molly didn't say she didn't do it. Molly said she didn't really enjoy it like that, but if a nigga goes down on her, she'll willingly return the favor, right? And that's a lot of people's relationships too. Everybody just ain't out here throwing their face in crotch like that. Like that just ain't, that's not real. And that's really some shit that like I think porno has put out into the atmosphere, and television shows have put out into the atmosphere, that everybody just super duper in the oral. And that's just not the case. Like you'll talk to people who are, I don't do that, or I don't like to do that, or maybe I don't enjoy it. That would be like to assume that everybody just in the fucking anal. You know, like I just don't understand that. So to have 4 black women on the show give their perspectives, and none of them were not sucking dick from what we find at the end. Kelly said she don't suck it because she had a terrible experience with Musty Marcus or whatever that nigga name was. And that's a valid experience to have. You had a musty dick in your face, and now you got a problem putting other men dick in your face. I could understand that. The other 3 didn't say they don't suck dick though. They just said it really ain't, their thing like that. And I don't see a problem with that. Like, I don't know. I felt like I feel like people need to stop acting like this show is about them, about their lives. Like, if you're not one of these 4 black women on screen, okay, nigga, you're not one of these 4 black women on screen.
But that's what makes the show so good, though.
I'm not one of these niggas on screen. I can tell you that.
That's what makes it so good. Like, people see themselves in the show. It's great. It does lead. I mean, when the downfall, it leads to these dumbass conversations. I
will say, especially for me, yeah, like you said, Twan, that's why the show is so good, and that's why people are, initially are writing think pieces, even though they might be terrible think pieces. But there are some people, like I will say me, where I've had similar situations. So you kind of either reflect on it, or like, damn, that just happened to me last night, or I might be going through it now. But that's the greatness of the show. Like, it's not so far-fetched of a fictional, TV show where, like, this never happens to me in real life. So, like, even with Issa and, where she ended up getting nut in her eye, I mostly saw it as, it is shocking, because you go from, you were with this guy in a relationship for this long amount of time, and she decided after she broke up, most women do have like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to, go through my whole phase. I'm just going to do whatever, no feelings involved. And, she's also exploring things that she hasn't done beforehand, is what it seems like. So even with this now, I'm going to try something new, give Daniel a good blowjob, and he ends up nut in my eye. There's nobody that likes nut in their eye. And it is a shock regardless. I don't care how much sucking dick you've been doing. So that was a valid reaction. I didn't even get like, oh, this is not me. It's never for anybody to get nut in their eye. So that, sometimes that happens, and that is what you don't get, a burned out eye.
Yeah. The nigga gave warning though.
He did. He said, I'm about to come.
He's about to come.
And he came.
I don't care. Dude, he warnings. It does not matter when it happens. It burns.
I'm not saying.
No, that's not what we're saying. Just saying that he did turn to get out of the way.
But don't cuss me out. Like, I can like make that shit come out slow. Like, at that point,
I didn't say say that. I just said that. I mean, when that happens, because that has happened, even if you get it in your hair and you don't like it in your hair, or even if you don't even get it in your eye, you move, but it still splashes on your face, and it gets in your eyelash and drops in your eye. Those things happen.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean that you can be upset with. Like her initial reaction, I wasn't wrong with, but like as she kept it going and was like, "Don't touch me" and all this stuff,
right? Like
that part went too far.
Well, she was mad about a lot of things. That wasn't. It was like all coming ahead, right? She got blown off by the neighbor, like you said. Nico didn't want to fuck her. He wanted to get to know her, and she didn't want him to get to know her pussy. She wanted him to get in it. And then she goes back to Daniel, and she's like, "Okay, Daniel is my go-to. I know Daniel is good. I ain't gonna have no problems." And then she got none in her eye. Like, she just had a shitty fucking day, besides the $5,500 car estimate. Like, she had a really bad fucking day, and her experiences with everybody were bad. That just came to head, and she really hit that point where this is bullshit. I mean, it was an overreaction, but it was some shit we've seen building up for a couple of episodes now. And Nut in Your Eye pretty much should be the last straw. I can't even fault her for that. Do I think she overreacted? Yes.
Was the nut the icing on the cake?
It was the icing on the eye.
I had to, man. It was sitting right there.
Wow.
So, hopefully her vision is a lot clearer now and she'll move forward with better sight. But for right now, she's cyclopsing around the city with no car, Ubering, and bus riding.
Now the calm is gone.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You can join me?
I mean, that's what if you want to be doing all this stuff, I mean, if you do new stuff, some things you like, some things you don't. I mean, that's the only way you're going to learn.
When you do say I'm coming, you need to, if you ain't trying to get it, you need to put your mouth up, start jacking it off. Like,
my question is, if you watch this show regularly and you're a fan of it like that, she always does this. She has conversations with people and she goes and she awkwardly tries shit out and it never works in her fucking favor. Why did you not watch her going in on this dick like it had cotton candy wrapped around the top of it and think that this was not going to end well for her? Like, it just...
Like, I figured she was going to bite it or something.
No pun intended, but I saw it coming.
Something wrong was going to happen.
You saw it coming, bruh. Like, come on, man.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
She gonna bite it. She gonna sneeze or something. Like, something gonna happen. She gonna choke, gag, throw it. Like, something stupid's gonna happen.
Right.
Because she just can't have, like, I didn't know it was be, and I was surprised. I wasn't expecting just get nut in the eye, but.
Yeah, I didn't expect the nut in the eye. I thought she was gonna try to swallow and choke.
I like how they shot it, though. It really did. The nut, as it should, came out of nowhere. Like, it was just on her face. It really was. She kept going, and then it was just there. And it was like, well, I mean.
Did y'all watch the wind down when she had?
Nah.
She had what's the dude's name? Dude that played Lawrence up there. He was like,
Jay Ellis.
Jay Ellis. He said, when you wrote that, did you know that you were going to be acting it? She bust out. Like, shut up. And she said, I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I love the way he said that. Like, you didn't know you were the actress in that one, right?
Oh my god! All right, so
we need the behind the scenes ejaculation. How they get that? They got a good pump.
They just threw some cream on her face.
What did they do?
They threw some aloe vera on her face. That's why
aloe vera.
That's why it burns so much. Threw some aloe vera on her face. So I'm trying to figure out who wrote this episode. So let me get that information real quick, and then we will move on. I don't know why this information is not on the IMDb page.
I mean, she got. Oh my gosh!
I wasn't on Twitter, but I felt like there was.
I was not on Twitter either. I just know
there's a bunch of niggas up there like, yeah, niggas said it was coming.
That's so
shit
trash,
come out, man.
though. I just
know. I just saw that, and then I got flashbacks when that has happened to me, and I was like, bitch, that burn hurts. Like, I know what you're going through. Like, it's not fun at all.
All right, so here we go. Season 2, episode 14. Sadly, we have 2 episodes left. Hella Disrespectful and Hella Perspective. Those should be really good. September 3rd and September 10th. But for this episode, Hella Blows, it was directed by Kevin Bray. and it was written by Regina Y. Hicks and Ben Corey Jones. So, jumping into the episode, jumping into the episode, Issa is hella blind, Molly is hella moist, Lawrence is hella gullible, and Daniel got hella aim. That's the,
That really said that?
No, that's what I said. That's what I wrote.
Oh.
Them's be my words. Yeah. So the episode opened up with Issa needing to wake the fuck up and move her car from the wrong side of the street before that shit gets towed. I'm just assuming that's what it was. There was no other cars parked on that side of the road. Yeah. You know, Issa is realizing that her rotation is kind of barely keeping her afloat.
Her float?
Yeah, I think she needs to get off of it now. Like,
I think she expected a little bit too much from her rotation.
Yeah.
Her rotation was stable.
I mean,
she had a call, she had a dude, she had lights, she had nothing like the people. She was expecting a lot from her rotation.
Right. I think that's the problem. Like, you know, when you already have it in your head, like, this is how it's supposed to be, me being this free spirit and fucking whatever I want to fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm really doing it because I don't want to feel anything with anybody. Like, that's the purpose of it. So, I mean, I think she had it in her mind how it was just going to be just this great, just sex everywhere, freeness, and
sex whenever she wanted. Like, she's gonna text a nigga like pussy. He could be like, yeah.
Like, just this open type thing. And clearly that's not how it really goes in real life. Like, it's just not, you wake up every day and open the door and there's a dick right there waiting for you.
Not waiting for her so pristinely. I mean, Neighbor Bay is by appointment only. Nico Bay wants to actually get to know her outsides before her insides, and In Love Bay tried to take her eye out before actually taking her ass out that night. It just not working in her fucking favor.
Those things, that's the thing. Like, these dicks are attached to people. So these people have situations. Everybody's not going to be like, I'm going to text you and, you're going to come over, I come over there. We're going to have like phenomenal, wild sex. And then I leave and then that's it. Everybody got situations. You might be fucking somebody that got a woman that you might not know of or you do know of. So that's different.
Molly.
I mean, that's just how it is.
You can't leave your phone charger at everybody's house and think dick is
Every
coming from
dick has a story.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, but Neighbor Bay, though. That's the booty call. Like, you don't just show up at the booty call.
But he young Bay, too. You got to understand that he's supposed to be like freshman, sophomore year of college or some bullshit. That's why he was fucking old girl who was helping him with his econ homework in the dark.
The first thing he said, she knocked on the door and she was like, "Hey," he was like, "Did I text you?
Did I call
you?" He like, I thought we both knew this is booty call level, which means you need to text before you come.
Yeah.
What's the old Outcast song? I call before I come. I don't just pop up over out the blue. Like that was true.
It's just not.
You gotta.
So she just mad. I don't know if y'all picked up on it, but Issa is just mad rude this whole fucking episode to everybody. I mean, it starts when she moves her car, and the dudes was like, "Hey, your bump about to fall off," and she's like, "Eh." And she just walked in the house. She was rude when they got their car estimate, which we'll get to that point. Well, no, she was rude when she got her car estimate, and she was like, it's just a bumper. Like, do you even really need it? She was rude to Nico when Nico was like, are we going out? And she was like, no. And then he kind of stood at the door like, are you sure you don't want to come eat with Nico? And she kind of threw him the head nod like, peace, nigga.
And Nico is like just as quirky as she is. Like when they first met, they were like joking about like comics and stuff, and she was like throwing off little awkward jokes that he was playing with it. And I'm like, you had a good one right in front of you, but you just
she's not in the mindset.
That mind was in the rotation.
Go feed yourself. Go feed yourself.
So she's not appreciating them like how like how it should be.
She not playing the game. She not having no fun. And I think that defeats the purpose. It's called playing the game, right?
Yeah, if your rotation takes this much work, like you stressing out for no reason, man. You need to do something else.
But again, that's not how she's not thinking that's what it's supposed to be in her mind. It's
she's looking for an end goal.
She doesn't want any sort of feelings that does not include sex.
Yeah. Shout out to JID because they opened up with Never, which is one of my favorite songs off his album. That beat just fucking rides. It was cool hearing him. And also shout out, if he still, hopefully he not touching no more women's titties without asking first. But shout out to Miguel for that Skywalker track. That beat was dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's a dope song.
When she was riding the bus. So the little homie that she noticed on the bus, that was old boy from the program that stole their free food, right, and ran the fuck out. One of the little Spanish kids. I think it was. That came into the class and acted like they wanted to learn and then just like snatched the food and ran out.
Food.
Yeah, that's why he looked at her like, oh shit, she spotted me. She gave him the evil ass eye. And shout out to Issa's fucking shirt on the bus that said FBI killed Fred Hampton. She keeps her t-shirt game.
Keep that. I need to see that.
Oh yeah, she keeps her shirt game tight.
Yeah, our t-shirts is always fire.
I hate that I keep saying her fucking out of mind or imaginary scene in the bathroom after saying I could use a sex explosion before going over to Neighbor Bay's apartment was one of her most cringeworthy ones that she has done. She's really, really feeling herself in this rotation. And it was a lot of just wholeness going on in that bathroom. She was like, are these patterns African? Come get some of this African pussy. She made sure her edges was tight. She said her pussy was fire for no reason. It wasn't even relatively in line with what she was talking about to herself in the mirror at that moment. And like Twan said, when she shows up at old boy's house, he's like, wait, did you text me? Did I tell you to stop by? My bad.
But I mean, that was some nerve though.
It was like, and she would not leave from in front of his fucking door. Anybody else was anybody else like me watching this going, why the fuck is she still standing in front of his door when you just heard old girl call out from the bedroom? That's your turn to go, oh, I got you. All right, my bad. And go. She just stood there like he was going to let her in and kick the other girl out. He had to shut the door all the way in her face. I like how old girl pointed out, have you seen my phone charger too? Just to fuck with her. But I don't care how much you hate this fucking show. Ain't nothing like them little scenes. Like the one where she walked back to her apartment and the blood dude came out and asked her if she was going to Target. And she said no. And he said, why not?
He is the sleeper, like, side character. I love him.
And the way he did it, it wasn't like, hey, what's up, Issa? Hey, are you going to Target? It was, hey, you going to Target? Like she was on her way in the direction of a Target, walking back home. Hey, you going to Target? And she was like, no, why not? Like she guilty of some shit. 'Cause I'm not. Why? I just need some Blenex and some Clorox bleach. And this was her first boiling point episode. She was like, well, I can't. She's like really upset. Like her car is really fucked up right now. She can't do any fucking thing but take Uber pools with white girls who like black radio stations. The next scene was her. Well, I don't want to say the next scene, but the next scene with her was her and Molly together. And Molly pretty much talking about how weird it is that she fucking with Dro. And Issa's like, well, I mean, like, Molly's like, I don't want to fuck up a friendship. And Issa's like, well, you did literally fuck your friend. So, I mean, what do you expect to happen? And Issa ain't paying attention after a while. She worried about her fucking car estimate and how her rotation ain't going the way it's supposed to be because neighbor Bay didn't give her the funny head nigga dick. So now she all told the fuck about the frame.
The maze head.
Yeah. Like, it's the bumper, duh. Do you even need it? Nigga. Yes, Issa, you need the bumper. Then she got mad at Molly because Molly was like, me and Dro gonna hang out tonight. We're going to watch the game. She like, you ain't even invite me. You don't watch sports? You don't know that. What team playing? The Los Angeles Wheelers. Oh yeah, I have a hat. It got a wheel on it. That's why you don't invite her ass to no sports bar, bro. I mean sports bar. Like don't. She ain't about that life.
She's feeling needy right now.
I screamed when dude said that car estimate was $5,500. Like, that is totaled, right? How is that not totaled for her car? How's a $5,500 car estimate not totaled?
And I don't know if that was even because
you make a good point there, nigga.
I mean, what is he doing to it?
And I saw that too. Is a lot of those car people, they think just because a woman is bringing the car in, they can quote all kind of crazy shit, and we supposed to believe it.
I'm like, did you have frame damage? Because we had like when you get to that much, they're like, yeah, they gon', especially if like we know like she ain't got like a brand new car, so we know she driving an older car. So at that point, yeah, it's total because like your car ain't worth $5,500 on the market. It ain't worth all that shit.
Even if it's fucking frame damage. That's the other thing. Did she have insurance? But even if it's insurance, I feel like insurance, once they heard $5,500, they would have been like, okay, well, we'll give you $6,000.
And you go buy a new car.
And you go get a new car. And we'll take this old damaged one. But even if her frame was fucked up, like I fucked up my car a while ago. I fucked up my front bumper and parking it at the mall and had to go get that shit fixed. The estimate came out, and I have a fucking truck, though. I have a fucking Yukon truck, okay? I don't expect nothing on that shit to be cheap. My fucking one strut on my car is $500, okay? Just the strut, not to replace it, just the piece. So when I took it to get the estimate, I'm thinking, first dude I took it to, he told me it would cost him $1,500 to fix it. And I was like, I don't know, something don't feel right. So I went to another shop. Come to find out, that shop, he stole their name. Because I noticed that both of these shops had the same fucking name, but was not owned by the same company, and it was literally a mile away from each other. This dude had ripped off their fucking name and was trying to steal their customers. When I had this other crew do the estimate, it came out to $800. So it depends on who you go, but her fucking whole front, like it wasn't even a smash. She didn't completely total the shit. You know what I'm saying? She just knocked the bumper off.
After the light turned green and she ran to the dude like.
Don't no bumper cost $5,500, bro. Don't no frame attached to no fucking bumper cost $5,500.
Like to do frame damage, you got to hit a car
hard and fast.
Yeah, you got to be going more than just bump. Like I looked at it like, oh, she knocked the bumper off. I ran to a back of car like with my Honda on the interstate, like standing on my brakes, slid into the back of the car, knocked my bumper off, slid my hood all the way up onto my windshield and shit. And then that was like $2,500.
$5,500.
And that was because I had the bumper, the hood, all the lights, radiator, some of the internal parts.
See, you messed up actual components too. He said it was just the bumper. Like maybe now he didn't go into the full estimate. Maybe she damaged her fucking radiator and her alternator, and maybe
$5,500 is a lot.
She must have tore a hole, but it ain't looking that bad because she's still driving the bitch. Like I feel like if your car still drive, that ain't $5,500 worth of damage.
Dude, with my car, I blew my head gasket in my engine, and that joke was smoking. And I went there. I was like, all right, you got to rebuild the whole engine. He said it's about $4,000.
That's like, total.
If you want to rebuild, like at that point, he was like, but there's no reason to doing it. Like honestly, there's a lot of extra work for something that's probably going to break that again.
Not worth it. When he came out,
he's like not worth it.
Not worth it. So shout out to Molly. She doesn't know how to travel anywhere that doesn't start with an M. Maraca, Miami, Montego Bay, Monterey. Girl, there are other places that start with other letters. And the ordering of the fucking double cheeseburger at the window. Can I have a double cheeseburger meal, please? And get whatever you want, girl. It's on you. Because Issa ass is broke. She already said that. Molly need to get some richer friends. Because Molly keep trying to take vacations with Issa. And she forgets that Issa works with an after school program.
Yeah, Molly like, everybody got your money, girl.
No, everybody does not.
I like when they went to the fast food restaurant.
That's where they went. Yeah. They was talking about
she said,
sex explosion.
She said, girl, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that. And girl, you know what? Get whatever you want because you paying.
Yeah. She went to fucking, so then the Nico date happened that night. And shout out to that burn mark that is still on her ceiling that she ain't never paint. That shit is in the background up there. I like, that's attention to detail on set. I appreciate that. She asked Nico, could he taste the stone fruit? He said yes. She said there's hella stone fruit in there. And when she put that motherfucking phone in that motherfucking cup to create motherfucking surround sound.
That's right, man.
I
That's
lost
the ghetto
it.
speaker.
I fucking lost it.
Ghetto
that
speaker.
was too much. That was too much.
You ain't never done that?
You ain't never done that, nigga.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
You can put it in that. You could cut a little slit out of a toilet paper roll,
Twan
slide
is
the phone
lying
in
his
that.
ass off right now. Man. He ain't never been this poor. Okay? He ain't never put his phone on purpose in a fucking cup and let music play.
I have done it.
You did it after you saw this episode to see if it worked. That's the only time you've ever done that shit. You ain't never done that shit, nigga. Stop fucking around. You are lying. You have never done that shit.
Oh, man. Yo, you ain't never seen when people like cut a slit out of the toilet paper roll and you can slide your phone into it?
No, nigga, we all had speakers and laptops. None of us did that. None of us put our phone in a cup to create surround sound mood music. Kind of hood nigga falafel.
That's like if you playing something. That's like if you playing something on your phone. You sit on a flat surface, because the sound will get louder as it reverberates off the hard.
You've never been that poor, Twan, that had to think to do that to get your sounds breaking barriers. Why are you lying like this right now? I live with you. You had 2 big ass speakers in your fucking room. Why are you lying like this? You ain't never put your phone in a big gulp cup.
I don't have speakers, but I've done that before.
You have never put your phone in a big gulp Slurpee cup to get full surround sound 7.1 digital Dolby DTS, nigga. You ain't never done that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
7.1 Dolby
DTS. Shit. This is me just kind of thinking past the show. I don't like to do what other people do, but I like to infer. I feel like Nico might be a recovering sex addict, and that's why he's taking his time.
Oh, that's a what? How you get there? How you get there?
Cause he old, and he looked very uncomfortable when she started talking about taking her skirt off, and when she put her pink bra in his face through that shirt. That was a very awkward outfit.
I mean, it wouldn't like if you just sitting there talking to her like, oh, we about to go out for dinner, and then she's just like, yeah. Oh, do you like this skirt? Like, you really like it? It's so short though. Like,
too bad I'm gonna have to take it off later. Actually, no, that's what Tinder is for. I thought most niggas try and get it in, right? Nico was like, but I really want to just get to know you as a person.
But this was a second date. Like,
was it?
If you trying to get it, yeah, because they met at the bar.
Most Tinder niggas ain't looking for a second date, Twan, because they got it in on the first.
That's what I'm saying. So if he already got to the second date, he already looking for more.
I don't know. I just feel like he might be a recovering sex addict. He's kind of got the look of a nigga that's recovering from being addicted to sex. I'm gonna need you to put this in the ether, because goddamn, if in 2 more episodes they say some shit like that, we ain't gonna never hear the bottom of that. We ain't gonna never hear the end of that shit. If that happens, that I predicted that he's a recovering sex addict.
No, I'm telling you right now, if that shit happens on the show, I ain't coming on the next day. Just do the review.
Why? Because I'm a brag.
Yeah, you gonna brag. I can hear you now. I'm not coming on the show.
Oh, nigga. Don't be mad at me. I put my phone in the cup and create a surround sound ambiance. I play all the Outkast music in the background, surround sound cupped. All right, so sex explosion happened. That was her next scene. And for this one, it's just quotes. It really is a whole scene about them at a sexcapade, stealing condoms and talking in front of a woman who seems to be completely cool with you using condoms about if they even need to be getting and using all them condoms, and blowjobs and the significance.
Girl, who suck dick with a condom on? That's like eat the popsicle with the wrapper on.
Right. I don't see. There's no purpose of that.
You can eat pussy with a dental dam, can't you?
I don't know that life.
Oh, okay. What was they doing with the saran wrap and booty call again? Where he almost suffocated himself and died?
What?
Oh, you ain't never seen booty call. Okay. So in Sexplosion,
that is what he was doing in booty
that's
call.
Exactly what he did. He was trying to eat her pussy. He wrapped his face in saran wrap and almost suffocated to death because he went to get some saran wrap to eat her pussy. Yeah.
I know somebody that used. He didn't have a condom, so he used like a trash bag.
When people say that, like, what did he wrap it like a present? Did he wrap it like a mummy? Like what?
I don't know how, since I wasn't the other person that received it, but he just said he wrapped it up.
I mean, if you wrap your dick in a trash bag and put it in somebody's vagina, I feel like that automatically makes their pussy trash. For them even letting you do that shit. It's just, I know that's not comfortable. That has to be completely uncomfortable for women.
Yeah.
To have a fucking trash bag being pumped in and out of your vagina.
Ew, gross.
And the sound that it makes.
Crunch, crunch.
You ever carry, like, you know what it sounds like when you carry a trash bag to the dumpster. Now imagine that. Now imagine that at 50 pumps per second.
Hold up, because I put my headset down.
Okay.
I came in on a trash bag on the day. I'm trying to talk me back at the beginning, please.
So Deidre, go ahead.
One of my friends said that he used to use a trash, if he didn't have condoms, he used to use a trash.
So this happened more than once? He kept forgetting condoms?
No, look.
The way he said it made me feel like he's done it more than once.
No. Dog, there's a 7-Eleven everywhere.
Bro, the run ain't that far.
Everywhere. There's a 7-Eleven everywhere. Like there's a corner store, there's a bodega, there's a Royal Farms.
Hold on, both of y'all talking at the same time. One person at a time.
But why would he do all that if you have a woman that is allowing you to do that?
Because he know any woman that allow him to put his dick in a trash bag in her vagina don't have a safe vagina. So he better keep wrapping that shit in trash bag.
I mean, like, cause you got to do some you're doing ingenuity at that point. Like, are you wrapping around? Like, is he wrapping around like putting like a rubber band around the end of that shit?
No, the trash bags come with strings now. He can just use the strings that come with the trash bag.
Or is it like saran wrap where it just conforms and?
You know what I'm saying? There's too much.
What about the excess? Like,
just
does it hang? I just was like, okay.
See, my thing is,
I appreciate that you did not go in for any more details, Deidre.
I mean,
you're just like, all right.
My thing is just that you got to poke holes in it.
Like, oh, okay.
It kind of defeats the purpose. You have to poke holes in the trash bag because if you just try to, stick it in there after you done tied it around your dick, it's just gonna blow up like a balloon. You need to let the air out. Is
he getting one of the regular ones, or he getting one of the ones now that you can you can point like the pointy things in there and it stretches?
He might have the ones that's already scented that smell like Febreze.
Yeah,
carpet powder.
All I hear is yeast infection.
I hope he's using the Hefty brand. You can't use that. You can't use Walmart brand, the one that come rolled up in a little pack. You can't use that.
The 99-cent one.
Yeah. You can't. The ones that you try. We know when you try to open up with air, they can pop right there. It's like, wow, damn.
Oh Jesus, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Those are the lifestyles of trash bag condoms.
Oh Jesus, this is great.
Mm-hmm. So besides
I ain't
trash
never
bags,
been that much in a pinch, man, where I could not go get a condom.
maybe he didn't have a car. Maybe she drove him there. She'd let him do it, Twan. Let's not ask too many questions. She didn't care either.
But did she though? We don't know. Cause this is a nigga telling the story.
You think
said
she
what
didn't
happened?
know that he
I
was putting
said-
trash bag dick in her pussy?
No,
Oh, no,
what I'm saying is he could say it. Did he actually do it?
Oh, did he actually go through with it? I believe he did. I believe it's happened more than once.
On the scale of 1 to Satan, how trash of a person is he?
No one to say.
Because that's what I'm hearing right now. So at sex explosion, Kelly said it's like a sex quake kit. And
You
then
gotta always be prepared.
when they were talking about condoms and they all cleaned up their act and started talking about how great condoms actually were, you know, to sound PC, Kelly said, keep dick safe. When Tiffany started talking about giving blowjobs, she said, I love it. I mean, Derek loves it more. Avi. She said Avi. It was not Marcus. It was Jaleel's musty balls. And she made sure to clarify not Jaleel White. Because we clearly all thought she was talking about Urkel when she started talking about musty balls. Since his was always shoved up into his belly button. Issa mentioned how eye contact during blowjobs bothers her. And that was foresight. And that is a pun. Kelly said, y'all talking down on blowjobs. I blame the church, the black church. To which Issa said, Kelly, you can't blame that on everything. And she said, yes, I can.
I love that. You can't blame the church on everything.
Becky
like,
with
yeah.
the good ring should never be uttered by a black woman ever. Unless your name is Becky. And that's a really good ring. I'd rather go down on a woman. At least our shit cleans itself. I found to be hilarious because in Gooch and Cook's group earlier, they were having a conversation about some girl going on a Twitter rant about how you should not be using soap to wash your vagina. And that became the discussion of how you should use soap to wash your vulva, but not your insides. And then they started having discussions about how the vagina is self-cleaning. And then this episode aired that night. So I feel like they put that shit into the air.
What do you mean by the inside? They were just sticking soap up in there.
Well, that's not what the girl said, though. She said you shouldn't be using soap to clean your vagina, period. And they started specifying in the comments, yeah, you don't use it to clean up inside your vagina. But I'm just confused because I don't have a vagina.
Yeah, like, I guess she's trying to say because the gynecologist will tell you, like, soap, you know, it does throw your pH off. So they'll tell you to wash like your lips and stuff and wash inside, but not stick it up in the hole.
But how do you even do that?
That's what I figured, because as a doctor, you have to tell people to not insert shit into their body more than you think. Like, don't put that there.
But how do you
don't
even
push it up your ass?
Most
like
people
they,
use
that happens a lot to doctors. So I know somebody was trying to clean it and then stuck a bar of soap straight up in that bitch.
Boy, a bar? How do you do that? Like, do you soap up your fingers and then put them up in there and swish them around and then rinse it out like like toothpaste? Like, how do you?
I'm assuming that's how they do it. Same way. I don't know, but yeah, that's what that really means. But you know, you still have to be careful about some soaps here because it'll be irritating to some, and you know, you can get a yeast infection because of it, because of all the irritation. So you still have to be mindful of what kind of soap you use.
Okay.
So they usually tell you something very mild, you know, with a good pH balance. But
I mean, that
whole thing. Yes, I mean, the vagina is a self-cleaning
organ.
You know, it is. But
thank you. Can you clarify on that, please? Because how much self is it cleaning?
You still have there. That when it says self-cleaning, that doesn't mean you ain't supposed to clean it. Like, you're not supposed to wash it at all. Because I've seen people say, yeah, all I do is put water over it. And I was like,
It's self-cleaning though, like your oven.
no. Right. And just think oven that is on, because
you still got to scrub that shit out of there after it cleans itself. You know that, right? Like, ovens don't scrub themselves out. When you turn on the self-cleaning function, it's just heating up the shit you sprayed inside of it so you can wipe it all out.
I always try to figure out what the self-clean, like, what does that do?
It just
like,
heats up the shit that you put on it.
Stuff, so we gonna put it hotter.
That's all it
extra burnt
that's all
on,
it does.
So that it just falls away into dust.
Yeah, it just cooks the self-cleaning spray so that it actually loosens up everything that's stuck on the inside of your oven. And you still have to take a paper towel in that bitch and wipe all of the grease and shit out. Like,
right.
the oven don't just open up and like slide out a bucket and say finished. Like, that's not what it means, self-cleaning. Okay, like, it's
not finished.
You gotta clean that shit yourself. It should be called the yourself cleaning oven, okay? Because you still need to get down in that bitch and wipe the insides out. So women, you still need to get up in that bitch and wipe the insides out. That's what Deidre's saying.
Yeah, but like I feel like there's like gotta like doctors. There's too many things that are inserted into the human body that doctors have to tell people, don't do that. That you would be surprised. Like you would think like, why would somebody do that? And like I bet you like a ER doctor's like, yeah, somebody has done it. I watched a thing where one woman was trying to give herself enema, and he's like, it comes up there and has a long, the long straw like tube thing, so you get it all up in there. And she got there and she was sick, and she didn't know why she was sick. She thought maybe she took the enema, the enema wrong, and the doctor asked her, what did she do? And she commenced the show. She drunk that shit like it was Kool-Aid.
Oh,
using the straw.
Okay, gross. So
and he was like, read the box. Like he showed her the box. Like, did you look at the box? And then he showed her the box, and she was like, oh, so yeah, people stupid.
But
people,
she said,
and I mean, even with the enemas, oh Lord, my job.
I know you got the stories. I know you got them stories.
I mean, I'll just say, the douches and the enemas, like the douches, they tell you it's not really good for you at all, because you're shooting up random things up there. I mean, I've heard my gynecologist say that you're not supposed to do that, but the enemas especially, I know people use them, that loosens their bowel movements and stuff like that. But, most people also use it for anal sex. Like, they'll use the enema to clean themselves out completely, if they know that they're about to have anal sex, just, for so you don't have the oops moment. But, they also say, too, that with the enemas, you have to be careful because, you're forcing water, or, in the case with the enema, it's water and, like, oil and something else mixed together in there, and you can have an issue with leakage because you're doing it hard enough and you feel like all that's cleaning you out, but you still might have some excess up there.
Yeah,
so
you can like try to go shopping.
Hey, I'm sorry to do this, but y'all getting a bit too insecure. Please.
You might have that issue with leakage as far as leakage. Oh man, you already know, as working in the ER and trauma, I've seen a plethora of people sticking objects that they're not supposed to be sticking up in their ass, men and women, and it's stuck. And now they're literally assed out.
What are you saying? You said move on? Okay, let's move on. So the next thing that we're talking about is Kelly said, why does it have two? Oh, got it. I'm going to get it and put it in her purse. So Kellyisms. And Issa's final moment, she went to Daniel's crib. What was up? Does anybody know why the fuck he poured Jameson in a wine glass on top of what I guess is wine or more Jameson?
I thought that was her drink. Like that's something she's either done or asked for before.
What did she do? Drink a wine glass of Jameson?
Like I think it was just a wine. I think it was like champagne that he put some Jameson in it.
Where did he get the champagne? I didn't see him pour no champagne. I just seen him top it off with Jameson.
He just came out with the champagne glass already poured.
He just keeps champagne in the crib. Like, okay, all right.
I don't know. He came out. The champagne was fully there, and he dropped a little bit on it.
Right.
And she was like, "You remember how I like it?"
Yeah, I can guarantee you that he does. He is so in love with Issa. He don't even care if her vagina's self cleaning or not.
Wow.
When he shot her in the eye and took out her memories, he said, "Oh shit, you want a towel?" And all I said was,
to clean her up, man. He tried to give her a warm towel.
And all I said was, why didn't she move? But it came so fast.
Wow.
I mean, he gave you when the body tense up, he started to kind of run away. He's up coming like that was his body told you that was as much water as you gonna get.
I mean, you have to make a choice. At that moment, you need to make a choice. You either are going to swallow or you're going to move the fuck back.
Yeah,
I wish they had her dive
it's like
to
a
the
tornado
side,
warning. You don't get a lot of leeway. You hear that siren go off. You gotta say, am I gonna stay in the house or am I gonna be flying with the cows? One or the other. Ain't no hesitation now. You got it ain't like a hurricane. You got all week to plan.
No. This ain't Harvey. This Daniel. So she should have dove like she was making a grenade sacrifice. That should have been great.
Okay.
But Daniel hit her with, I thought you was into it. I was into it. So, I mean, good job, which I just feel like he could have stopped at I was into it. He didn't have to tell her good job.
He thought that was yeah,
a compliment. And I know, Deidre, you watch Ballers. Daniel sounded like Ricky to me when he said that. That sounded like some shit Ricky from Ballers would say.
He did, sir.
Good job. I can see Ricky do it.
That was a Ricky statement, if ever there was one. To which Issa replied, I didn't ask for this. And Daniel replied back appropriately, I didn't ask you to suck my dick.
Well. And
she pushed him back on the ground. She said, fuck you. And she stormed out. She got into an Uber pool.
And then he was trying to help her clean the eye out.
Man, he was still coming down from coming out. So
I mean, but that's about as much as you can do. Let nigga offer the towel. He was like, I gotta do something. Like, all right, let me.
By offer, he was gonna tell her where the towel was in the kitchen. But Issa walked outside, and you got to remember that her car is fucked up. It's totaled. So she rode in an Uber pool party, and the Uber driver turns around. He says, "Hey, Issa, it's a cool part. It's a carpool," which would make you want to punch anybody in the face. But she only got one good eye, so.
She got no depth perception.
She would have punched the window for sure. Then as they drove off, he said, I got one more pickup. And all I kept thinking, where the fuck are they going to sit?
Where would they go sit?
Where they going to sit? Because ain't no seat. She should have been the last one. This was not a well-calculated Uber pool.
That's like, they pulled up with 3 people in the car.
They had one girl in the front seat, 2 in the back. She got in. All I kept thinking was, that nigga's going in the trunk.
So I said the same that thing. Like, where they going?
So and then
one more pickup.
As the episode ends, the white girl goes, "Hey, can you change it to a black station?" And he does. He changes it to a black station. So yeah. Lawrence is actually last, but I'm gonna say Molly for last because she's in some sort of a conundrum. Lawrence needs his IQ checked. His 2-year-long woo-woo idea that got neutered, and he's clearly into this office mate. So, let's talk about Lawrence's work presentation.
Was I the only person that every time I heard woo-woo, I instantly said, pull over the ass too fat?
In your house, yes.
Every time I heard him say that, like it just ran to my mind.
She could have used that as a joke instead of using all them owl jokes, but white people like owls. Lawrence's work presentation as an IT person living in 2017 who uses social media, nigga. His idea was dated 5 years ago. Like
it was.
Motherfucker said it aggregates all your data. And all I kept thinking was like a Google bot or Facebook ads. Like, nigga, that's 10-year-old technology. Facebook been stalking me, trying to sell me shit I was looking at 10 years ago for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I could literally Google something right now, and I'm gonna see ads for that for the next week.
Bruh, I looked at one boot on the street, and I got home and got on the computer, and Facebook kept trying to sell me all types of new nigga boots.
Nigga, the scariest shit happened to me. I don't know how. I literally, I went, and I must have, because I was with the client. He needed a reed for like his like,
saxophone.
Yeah, something like
a wood reed.
A wood. Yes, he needed a reed, right?
Yeah.
I think I looked up.
Oh God, I remember those.
I looked up a reed and a place, right?
And everybody kept trying to say you reeds after that.
I looked at reed in the place, right? Go there, go to the place, buy the reed for him, get it to him, right? I get home, I'm going through Instagram. The exact reed I bought.
They tried to sell it to you again.
When I Googled, the exact reed I bought is looking at me. I'm like, how the fuck they know?
No, they know because you brought it with your credit card, and they got your credit card.
I feel I feel like 2 Chainz. I'm like, man, the fans are watching.
That's the worst. That's the worst fucking part of the Facebook ads, because I brought a Nintendo Switch a couple of weeks ago. I found one, and I said the next one I found I was gonna copy, and it just happened to be on Amazon. Now every time I get on Facebook to read y'all ratchet ass comments, Amazon ads be trying to sell me sold out fucking Switches. It's not even like I'm mad at them for trying to sell me another Switch. I get it. Nintendo all about that profit. It's the fact that when I click on the link to go get the Switch, them shit still sold out. So I don't know why you advertising sold out shit to me. That shit ain't there. That's just false advertisement, Facebook ad. But yeah, his shit was dated as fuck, which is why they started complimenting him on his sneakers. Anytime somebody start complimenting you on your sneakers, you either not a smart person or you probably ugly. In this case, Lawrence wasn't a smart person.
When you're in a business and you're doing a presentation, I don't care what business you're at, but if you're doing a presentation for a new app, a new program, a new event, we're going to do whatever. If the people that running it and giving you money ask 0 questions, you ain't that good.
You have done nothing.
I mean, like, you are not that good that no questions are going to be asked.
Nigga, that's how good I am at work. I draw a line on the chalkboard and people be like, wait, what's that? What's that? It's a line.
So when you draw that line, does it mean like they already answered questions?
Why did you draw it that way though? Because that's how you start lines? Okay. I'm taking notes. Just taking notes. All right, keep going, genius. You rock, Brandon.
Like,
something like so.
If you anytime you do that thing, they got no questions. Like, he was sitting there like, yeah, I knocked that shit out the park.
Not if they ask you about that shit.
Like, they will ask you, if they really into it, they will ask you all kinds of questions.
Mm-hmm. And old girl was real when I like her. They need more of her in this show. Like, she was upfront with him and she was real. That shit was kind of boring and it was mad dated. And he hit her back with the salty nigga passive aggressive response of, it's cool if you don't see the vision. I always want to push a nigga over when I hear them say that. It's cool if you don't see the vision. No, nigga, you just stupid. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, it ain't about seeing the vision.
Honest feedback.
Wasn't rude like, nope. At all.
Well, like, I'm glad you're not the boss around here. It's cool if you don't see the vision. Oh my God.
Because he thought he had knocked it out, man. He had Connor and Greg like, yeah, man, we like it.
Connor's shirt don't even button all the way down stomach. So I don't even know why we taking advice from Connor.
Where you get those shoes from?
They are. They're retro Jordans. They are. Lawrence 2.0 goes back in and tries to get more feedback from these fuckers. And they ask him again, and those sneakers you had on the other day, after he makes his suggestion, they go right back to the shoes. And all I wanted to know was, is Ice Cakes a real store? Because I ain't never heard of that shit.
I believe it is in LA.
I don't live out there, so that's why I ain't heard of it.
Ice
Cake.
Ice Cakes.
Is it Ice Cakes or Ice Kicks?
Is it Ice Kicks? Maybe it's Ice Kicks. I just heard Ice Cakes. I mean, I like hearing delicious shit, so we see Ice Kicks. I see Nice Kicks. Did he say Nice Kicks? I thought he said Ice Kicks.
I thought he said Ice too.
All right, I'm just going to assume that this place exists and they just don't have a website. But y'all know when to go pick the shoes up. Yeah, so he found out that his
there's a Nice Kicks in it might be, he might have said Nice Kicks because there's a Nice Kicks in LA.
Well, it sounded like he said Ice Kicks, so he need to get his pronunciation under wraps.
Yeah, they do, and they do like pop-ups and shit like that. So
Oh,
that might have been what he said.
I don't appreciate him lying like that through his side of his mouth. Next time, say it right. Enunciate. He realized that they probably weren't telling him his shit was whack because he's the cool black guy. And the other girl was like, they typically treat me like that too, but it's because I have breasts. And Woot Woot is Wonk Wonk. Also, old girl really tried to push an app that was called Drive By. None of that was really the importance of her character in this part. The part that mattered the most was what she said to him at the end, which was sometimes saying goodbye means you're making room for something better. That had nothing to do with what he did at work that day. That just had to do with everything else in his life. That was a very reflective statement that she said to him.
She told no lie either.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though the writers on this show clearly are Team Issa, because they have written his character into the shitter this season. He is just deplorable. Maybe he still got 2 episodes to bounce back, even though the next episode is all of them niggas having dinner together at the Last Supper. So I don't know how that's gonna go.
That's about to be greatness.
Yes. Molly.
No.
So Molly gets the middle finger for not answering her mom's phone calls after storming out that house like a brat 3 days ago. That's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that to your moms like that, especially when it's her business and not yours.
I know I wouldn't be doing that.
Look, real talk.
Be coming up to Atlanta so fast. Like, what the fuck's your problem?
Because that's a mom, and you know Molly probably right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk though. Let's just get it. Molly gonna get pregnant. Like, Molly's gonna get pregnant. She keep fucking Dro like this. They fuck like 4 times. I saw Dead Presidents. Molly gonna get pregnant and Dro gonna come back from war and she gonna have his baby. But she gonna be getting pimped out.
She gonna get pimped out.
Dead Presidents. And he gonna end up fucking her sister that we haven't met yet.
Oh no.
Also, as much fucking as they was doing, her guts gonna have to start charging Dro some rent. Cause he done moved in up in there.
Yeah, he getting comfortable.
Mm-hmm. You look like he was roller coaster comfortable. He turned her shit into a waterbed. You look like Aquaman. See.
And where's the wife in all of this?
Oh, Candace is in Cabo, remember? Well, now she's home because he had to go give her the keys to get in the house. But she was in Cabo.
Cabo, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then let's see. The reality is though that Molly is not built to be the Weeknd. He actually ends up calling her the Weeknd before he leaves to go give his wife the keys. I'll holler at you next weekend. I was like, oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how easy it happens?
Like SZA said, I'm saying I just need more than 2 days.
Yeah, people do realize in that song, SZA is asking for more time, right? Like she sounds like she's proud to be the Weeknd while also asking for everybody else's days. Right. Y'all realize that, right?
She says that. She says I need at least 4 days.
Don't trust SZA. SZA makes amazing music, but she's a very confused person.
Yeah.
From song to song to song. She is all over the goddamn place.
I mean, the Weeknd sounds so great. Like, she understands her role. Fuck them bitches. He come to me starting on Friday. But no, she wants more time.
Right. She looking for overtime. She like, you got some Tuesday and some Wednesday. I'm free. Maybe a little Thursday.
I'll be at your door ready to take her place.
Right. Molly and Dro's open secret relationship. Her whispering over the phone. She's just acting real childish right now. About this whole thing. Like, you committed to the dick. Not relationship wise, but you committed to that dick. So why don't you just have fun with it while it lasts? Why are you trying to turn this into you and Dro having something beyond fucking? He just want to be your rubber dicky.
It's thrilling. And, just like you said, Molly's not built for this type of stuff. Everybody's not built for friends with benefits.
I just don't. My thing is, I could see if she was into somebody else. I could even see if she had been chasing after Dro for a hot minute. Not saying that she not into Dro because they've been friends this long, but the reality is he is married. If y'all fucking and it's open fucking, just openly fuck and move the fuck on. Like,
because I mean, it's openly fucking, but he still has a wife.
exactly.
That's the key.
You always second.
She needs to understand that, like, it's not open where you have this full blown relationship along with him having the same type of relationship with his wife. No, he still has a wife. Wife is still number one. If a choice has to be made between you and wife,
it ain't
the wife
you.
is always gonna be chosen. She's
never chosen in this type of relationship, in this type of situational fucking, you know, in this type of sex extravaganza. She's never chose. So she need to get her shit together. Let's see. When they went to the bar, she hit him with the "I'm just feeling like we're different now," and y'all aren't. He still Dro, married to Candace, your sports buddy, and you still Molly, not chose. So get that shit together. He hit. I like when he's like his whole relationship with her is really like brother friend fuck, because when he hit her with that, you being dramatic and dumb, just eat your fries that he already ate. He knows her inside and out, right? He knows the type of person she is, how stressed she gets. He knows how to deal with all that. And him knowing that, to me, even makes it even more prevalent that you're not gonna get chose by him. Dudes look for comfortability when it comes to women, right?
Right.
It's not just fine, but the women you settle down with, you're looking for somebody that you get along with, that you understand, they understand you. I don't think any man on this earth outside of maybe her brothers and her father understands Molly better than Dro. And Dro still didn't choose you. And you didn't choose him. So get that dick and get a rolling, man. Like
she has to understand, just like what you said, like, this is just supposed to be fun. Like, for him, this is just an option that he has in his marriage. Like, he's still married. Doesn't change anything else. This is just an option that he has where he can have sex with other people, and it's okay because him and his wife have made that understanding. Like,
it was her idea.
It is fine. But at the end of the day, he's still married, and if that wife at some point in time is like, I want to stop this, you know, I just want it to be just me and you. Oh, best believe he's choosing wife, and you will get cut.
Yep. Her unnecessarily asking him, "Are there other Mollys?" First of all, his response was kind of fuckboyish, because he knew what she was asking, and he made it seem like, no, there's only one Molly to me. But that wasn't her question. Her question was, how many other women are you out here fucking besides me and Candace? Or better yet, how many women are you out there fucking that are me's and not Candace?
It almost seemed like she was asking how many people have you just fucked, like, since y'all made this arrangement. Just like, you know, past and currently.
I just thought she was asking how many have you fucked that are with this. That basically what I became cool with this. Cause we not gonna get nothing else out of you. All the other things that come with a dick, we can't have that. We just getting a dick. Dick and nice conversation. Maybe. Yeah. She asked him, does Candace know about this? About all this? Again, he answered the question he wanted to answer, not necessarily the question she asked. He said, of course she does. It was her idea. We see other people. And I'm like, hold on, bruh. Wait. Of course she knows that you out here fucking other women? Or of course she knows that you are specifically fucking your childhood friend, Molly, who y'all just seen in the cupcake shop 2 days ago?
I mean, we gonna find out on
next episode.
Yeah.
I just got a little frustrated because that didn't answer neither of her questions. In my opinion, I didn't think it answered her questions. But we'll see next episode. Molly's last scene is in the tub, and she's got a rubber dicky, and Dro is jealous of the rubber dicky. He's like, I can do this better than the dicky can. And Candace conveniently locked herself out. I say conveniently. And that last set of lines, that weekend treatment, dinner's already on the way. Room is paid for. I know this sucks. I'm free next weekend, though.
You like 9 to 5 on the weekend.
I mean, if you're Molly, how far do you think she is from her apartment in this hotel? And why is she in a hotel?
Why? That's the question he asked. Why are you in a hotel? Why?
Like, if I could understand them being at her apartment and him saying dinner's on the way, they could have ordered takeout or something, right? But Absolutely. He specifically said room is paid for. Where the fuck are they? And why are they fucking in a hotel?
Why are y'all in a hotel?
Did we miss something? Is something going on with her apartment?
I don't get that either.
We do a pretty in-depth coverage of this show. I don't feel like we missed anything about her apartment not being infuckable.
Right, or it's being renovated or some shit like that. I don't know where that came from. And even I didn't hear them have a conversation of, I don't know, spice things up. We gonna get a hotel.
Yeah.
That wasn't a conversation either.
No, I didn't hear any of that either. So I don't know why they fucking in a hotel. And I hope we find out next episode why they fucking in a hotel. Them ain't good signs to me.
No. Well, all of this is not good.
I want to believe in the truth of open relationships, but I feel like she's too close for it not to be messy. I feel like the whole open relationship thing was put into place so that he could fuck random women they didn't know when he was off on his own, and the same with her with random men. But when you get into fucking people that y'all have or y'all share relationships with, I feel like that's when it starts to get messy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion. It could be friends out here that just be orgying for fun. I don't know. Maybe
I have a friend that's married, and he says he does he has an open marriage.
Yeah, maybe and
it works for them. He says they set their boundaries, and I mean, he says that he's not like abusing that, where that's his reasoning to go out and just fuck other people. He said for them, I guess it's more along the lines of if it happens,
Then it happens. I get it.
Yeah. I always said I can't speak for everybody's relationship because what works for one might not work for somebody else. And they've been married for a long time. Mm-hmm. So clearly it works for them. But, some people everybody's not having open relationships.
Nah, it just don't work for everybody. It just doesn't. I get it. Like, especially if you've been married to the same person for 15, 20 years. I even get it more then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but didn't they just get married like a year ago?
Right.
Did they even try? Did they even try? Was commitment hard? We tried that. We tried that commitment shit for like 2 months. It was hard. Just eat your fries.
Too funny.
Other than that, I'm just looking forward to the Last Supper next week. Insecure, hella awkward. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, man. Enjoy the show. Don't enjoy the think pieces. Always enjoy the memes. Somebody posted a Kelly video with it's all supercuts of Kellyisms.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just passed it in the group actually. I don't know if it's still playing. But yeah, somebody posted it earlier and I saw, oh, here it is.
No, but for real, we should go because they will actually give our table away. So,
Kelly, they got you benefits?
because the first thing you need to do is get your eyes checked. You know, they can tell diabetes through your eyes. They're like, beats.
Do you listen to yourself?
All the time. I have a podcast.
Selfie?
I'm fine as fuck. You're telling me that once a dude touches a dick, he's gay?
Yes.
So it's like straight, lead that. You know what that is?
It's gross.
And look at you with your coat.
And look at you with your... Shut the fuck up. You talking about you.
I'm not talking about anybody specifically.
You talking about you specifically.
No shade, but why are there 2 intermissions? One for the bathroom, one for food.
Are you Jill Scott? You look just like Jill Scott.
Oh my God, you look just like Twilight, okay?
Okay.
I haven't been Saturday drunk on a Thursday in like a week. You know what? I'm gonna let them meet me. You know what I mean?
I made that for me.
Hey, how you doing? You separated from the pack. That means I'm gonna get you. Oh my God, why you looking at me like you Stacey Dash? I just told you black. We gonna bam.
Well, Kelly, 500.
Okay, don't catch that shit until next month. I'm gonna be homeless. Seriously. It's my cheat day. I want a root beer float. Nothing but float.
So do you clap after all your sentences?
You know what? I do what I want.
Just because he doesn't subscribe to the heteronormative rejection of sexual fluidity.
Okay,
Like, in women's studies class.
And this bitch talk like she doing the spoken word and flawless.
I love it.
Look, if Logan don't find nobody at this party, then we gonna find each other. Is that right?
Yup. You're weird.
Hashtag we do. Back to your friends, okay? Like, Kelly, what are some of their phone numbers? Like, off the top of your head.
They need more Kelly on this show. That's just inevitable. She got the best quotes, period. All right, y'all. We'll holler at you next week. This is Insecure review for the Where's My 40 Acres crew. Make sure you check out our Game of Thrones review on the Premium Network. The best way to support the show is Premium 40. Sign up. 100 episodes. First month is only $7.99. That's cheap as fuck for what we sending. So y'all go check it out, man. Subscribe, and we'll holler at you next time. Insecure, sadly, 2 episodes left this season, and then we're done. But we'll still have fun till then. Peace.